Muhammod Mushab from Islamabad, Pakistan. We understand that the rage of 200 million Shia population is being felt across the entire globe, not only in Pakistan. We've seen some retaliation coming out, some deaths happening because of protesters storming the U.S. consulate in Karachi. And not only that, yesterday you were telling me about a fatwa, and issuing of that fatwa would mean dangerous implications for the coming days. I want to understand how are you feeling? What is the situation from Pakistan, as we understand that multiple news sources are confirming Israeli IDF is attacking Lebanon in an attempt to silence Hezbollah, the proxy that works for Iran. I want to get your comments. Muhammod Mushab from Islamabad, Pakistan.
Thank you for allowing me to express what is happening in Pakistan on this show. So, Pakistan currently hosts the second largest Shiite population in the whole world. Approximately, unconfirmed figures would suggest that around 18 to 22% of Pakistan's total population is Shiite. Now, these are in pockets. The biggest pocket being Karachi. Yesterday, we saw a large number of protesters entering the US consulate for purposes of protest. They were shot at by US Marine forces deployed inside the US consulate. Now, that sparked rage and anger. People came out on the streets in the Gilgit-Baltistan area where there's no US High Commission or embassy. So they stormed the nearest building, which had a UN observer group sitting over there. Then they came out in Lahore, which hosts another consulate, and then they came out in Islamabad, which hosts the Islamabad, by the way, hosts the biggest UN mission in the entire world. So, around 35 people have lost their lives so far in Pakistan, and people are expecting this to spiral out of control because the rage and fury displayed yesterday after losing more lives. I think we've added fuel to the fire. Having said that, we were talking about religious implications of taking out the supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
Right.
Now, let's also talk about the economic situation right
Of
now.
course, the
So,
Strait of
gold has
Hormuz
gone
has been
up.
closed and it is remaining closed.
Yeah,
How are you seeing it?
yeah. So, gold has gone up across the globe.
Right.
Oil prices have gone up. Russian stocks of oil markets have gone up. Who exactly is going to benefit? Let's also not forget news that is now publicly available from Oman. People who were inside the neg- on who were inside as mediators on the negotiation table. They've come on record. Now, this is public knowledge. It's available online on platforms such as X, Facebook. It's being printed worldwide. These people are saying that an agreement was reached. Iran had agreed to every single demand of the United States of America. Who started this war? This is a question that is being asked. And what is the end objective? Was the end objective taking out Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, or was the end objective bringing the world to a point where there's economic meltdown as we're seeing now because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz? The war was supposed to last a couple of days because the primary objective that was discussed by the President of the United States, Donald Trump, was that he wanted to take out the Iranian supreme leader. Now he's been taken out. Where does this war end? Iran, on the other hand, as our senior colleague and friend Norman Barnes just mentioned, Iran's end game seems to be very simple. They want to bring in everybody from the whole world into this war. They believe that we're dead. They believe that we cannot win this war. They do not have a big
Of
enough
course.
navy. What are they doing? They're attacking every single Gulf country and they're bringing everybody along. So Dubai comes down, the UAE market crashes. Everybody in England wants their people to come back from UAE.
Correct.
If you can please show the numbers of the people who've asked the British government to be evacuated from the UAE alone. Now that's a huge number. So what has happened is the UAE, the Gulf countries, the Middle East entirely has become unsafe.
Of
The
course.
world has invested billions and trillions of dollars in the Middle East. So who's winning this war? What is the end game? Where does Donald Trump and Israel see this going to? What objectives do they want to achieve out of all of this? So these are all questions
These
that
are of
are
course.
yet unanswered.
I want to ask you the very topic I spoke with Norman. How is the tourism industry going to be affected? We know world is at war and China is playing the cards very carefully because as the US is busy in the Middle East, one can always remember Chinese claims, the mainland claims over Taiwan. But focusing back on tourism, trade, industry and how it is going to go on. Your closing statement from Muhammod Mushab.
So first of all, we need to realize that most airlines operate through the Middle East. So airspace is being closed all over the Middle East, and we know for sure now that this is not going to last for a couple of days. This might be weeks. Israel, that was only attacking in the US, who was only attacking Iran for the first 2 days, now also has to attack Lebanon for Hezbollah.
Right.
So this Iran and allied forces are now stretching the United States of America and they're stretching Israel at this point in time. One more actor gets involved and the war turns into something extremely big. Having said that, the Strait of Hormuz being closed, airspace being closed, the biggest oil refinery in Saudi Arabia being just attacked an hour before this
Right.
1 hour before we're talking right now. Russian oil prices going up. Everything seems to be a mess. So if the US now wants to enter Cuba, or China now wants to enter Taiwan, or Russia now wants to attack Ukraine on a mass scale, imagine a scenario where the whole world will get involved.
And
And do not even leave it to your imagination. In the coming few weeks, you might see it happening.